Let me ask you an honest question. What if one of the biggest lies many men have believed for decades is that masturbation becomes unhealthy once you reach your 60s? For years, countless men were told that self-pleasure was something immature, something to feel guilty about, or something they should completely abandon as they grew older. But what if the truth is very different? I'm Dr. Leah, a urologist with over 15 years of experience, and today I'm going to share 6 science-backed truths that every man over 60 should understand about masturbation and healthy aging. These aren't myths or personal opinions. They're based on how the male body actually works and how healthy sexual function influences overall well-being. Before we begin, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and tell me in the comments where you're watching from. Every week, I share practical men's health information designed to help you stay healthier, stronger, and more confident as you age. Let's begin with one of the biggest mistakes I see older men make. Many believe that self-pleasure should be quick, automatic, and purely about reaching the finish line. Unfortunately, that habit can gradually teach your brain and body unhealthy patterns. Over time, repeating the same rushed routine conditions your nervous system to expect one specific type of stimulation. As sensitivity decreases, some men begin needing stronger pressure or more intense stimulation just to achieve the same response. This doesn't necessarily mean your body is failing. More often, it means your brain has simply learned a pattern that no longer supports healthy sexual function. The encouraging news is that those patterns can often be retrained with patience, awareness, and a healthier approach to self-pleasure. The first secret is this: how you masturbate matters far more than how often you do it. Throughout my years of working with older men, I've met many who believed they had permanently lost sensitivity, or that erectile problems were simply part of getting older. But after asking a few careful questions, a different picture often emerged. Biologically, your brain learns from repetition. When masturbation always follows the same fast routine with the same grip, speed, and stimulation, your nervous system adapts to that pattern. Over time, it may become less responsive to natural touch or intimacy because it has been conditioned to expect only one specific experience. This can contribute to reduced sensitivity, delayed ejaculation, or difficulty maintaining natural erections. Emotionally, this change often affects far more than sexual function. Men begin doubting themselves, withdrawing from intimacy, and believing something is permanently wrong with their bodies. Confidence fades, relationships become strained, and many suffer in silence because they feel embarrassed to talk about it. The encouraging news is that your nervous system remains adaptable, even later in life. Instead of treating masturbation like a race, slow everything down. Focus on relaxation, breathing, and physical awareness rather than rushing toward orgasm. When you reconnect with your body's natural sensations instead of chasing stimulation, you give your brain the opportunity to develop healthier patterns again. The goal isn't simply ejaculation, it's restoring healthy function, confidence, and a stronger connection with your own body. The second secret is one that surprises many men. Completely avoiding ejaculation for years isn't always the healthiest decision, especially when it's done because of fear, embarrassment, or outdated beliefs. Your body doesn't stop functioning simply because you get older. In fact, your prostate continues producing fluid throughout your life. Biologically, when that fluid isn't released for long periods, it may contribute to congestion within the prostate. Reduced circulation and prolonged stagnation can be associated with pelvic discomfort, increased urinary symptoms, and ongoing inflammation in some men. Healthy ejaculation helps keep the system active by encouraging circulation and allowing the prostate to empty naturally as part of its normal function. I remember working with a patient named Michael, who was 71 years old. He believed men his age should completely stop masturbating, so he hadn't ejaculated in several years. He came to see me because he was waking repeatedly at night to urinate and constantly felt pressure deep in his pelvis. Once we discussed healthy sexual function and he gradually became comfortable reintroducing regular ejaculation into his routine, many of those symptoms slowly improved alongside his sleep and overall comfort. Emotionally, the biggest change wasn't just physical relief. He regained confidence in his own body and stopped viewing aging as the end of his vitality. The lesson is simple. Looking after your prostate is just as important as caring for your heart, muscles, or joints. Healthy circulation, regular activity, and appropriate release all work together to support long-term men's health. The third secret has nothing to do with your body at first. It begins in your mind. One of the greatest obstacles I see in older men isn't age or illness. It's the shame they've carried for decades. Many grew up believing that touching themselves was something to hide, something selfish or immoral. Even after those beliefs faded, the guilt often remained. Biologically, chronic shame keeps your body under stress. When you constantly feel guilty or anxious, your brain releases more cortisol, your primary stress hormone. High cortisol over long periods can affect sleep, mood, immune function, and even hormone balance. At the same time, it becomes much harder for your body to fully relax, making healthy sexual function more difficult. Emotionally, shame creates distance between you and your own body. Many men stop seeing themselves as healthy, desirable, or worthy of intimacy. They withdraw from relationships, avoid conversations about sexual health, and quietly accept loneliness as a normal part of aging. But when masturbation is approached with self-respect rather than guilt, something changes. Your brain releases chemicals such as dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins, which support relaxation, emotional well-being, and restful sleep. I worked with a 74-year-old patient named Richard, who had avoided self-pleasure for many years because of guilt. As he gradually replaced shame with understanding, his mood improved, his sleep became more restful, and he felt connected to himself again. Sometimes the greatest healing begins when you stop judging your body and start caring for it with kindness and respect. The fourth secret is one many men misunderstand. They assume testosterone naturally disappears with age, and there's nothing they can do about it. While hormone levels do gradually change over time, completely abandoning your sexual health may speed up that decline more than you realize. Biologically, sexual activity, including masturbation, sends important signals between your brain and your reproductive system. When those pathways remain active, your body continues recognizing that these functions are still important. Combined with healthy habits like regular exercise, quality sleep, proper nutrition, and stress management, maintaining healthy sexual activity supports the systems involved in hormone regulation and overall vitality. I remember a patient named Thomas, 69 years old, who came to my office feeling exhausted and discouraged. He told me he no longer felt like himself. Instead of immediately turning to medication, we focused on rebuilding healthy daily habits. He improved his sleep, became more physically active, managed his stress, and gradually reintroduced mindful self-pleasure without guilt or pressure. Over the following months, his energy improved, his confidence returned, and he felt motivated again. Emotionally, the change was just as powerful as the physical improvements. He stopped thinking of himself as an old man in decline and began seeing himself as someone who still had control over his health. The lesson isn't that masturbation alone changes everything. It's that healthy sexual activity, when combined with a balanced lifestyle, reminds your body to keep supporting the systems that contribute to strength, confidence, and long-term well-being. The fifth secret is one every man over 60 should understand. Erections don't simply happen because you want them to. They depend on healthy blood vessels, responsive nerves, and well-oxygenated tissue. In many ways, your penis follows the same principle as the rest of your body. If a system isn't used regularly, it gradually becomes less efficient. Biologically, erections increase oxygen-rich blood flow into the penile tissues. That steady circulation helps nourish the smooth muscle, maintain elasticity, and support healthy nerve function. When erections become very infrequent for long periods, blood flow decreases. The tissues receive less oxygen, and normal function may gradually decline. This is why many specialists encourage maintaining healthy sexual activity, whether through intimacy with a partner or appropriate self-pleasure, as part of overall men's health. Emotionally, many older men mistakenly believe occasional erection changes mean they've permanently lost their masculinity. That belief often creates anxiety, causing them to avoid intimacy altogether. Unfortunately, avoiding the problem usually makes confidence decline even further. Instead, think of erections as a form of natural maintenance. Just as regular walking helps keep your legs strong, healthy erections help support the tissues that depend on good circulation. The goal isn't chasing perfect performance every time. It's preserving the health of the system itself, combined with regular exercise, heart-healthy eating, quality sleep, and stress management. Maintaining normal erectile activity helps support confidence, physical function, and long-term quality of life as you continue to age. The sixth secret is one that doesn't receive nearly enough attention. Healthy masturbation can improve your awareness of your own body. As men grow older, many become disconnected from the physical changes taking place. They ignore small warning signs until those problems become much more serious. Biologically, mindful self-examination during masturbation allows you to notice changes in your penis, testicles, or surrounding tissues much earlier. You may detect unusual lumps, persistent pain, changes in skin color, curvature, swelling, or discomfort that might otherwise go unnoticed for months. Finding these changes early gives you a much better opportunity to seek medical advice before a minor problem becomes a major one. Emotionally, becoming familiar with your own body replaces fear with confidence. Instead of worrying about every small change, you learn what is normal for you and become more comfortable discussing concerns with a healthcare professional if something unusual appears. Practically, I encourage men to slow down and pay attention. This isn't simply about sexual release. It's an opportunity to stay connected with your own health. While examining yourself, notice whether your erections are changing, whether ejaculation has become painful, or whether you feel any new lumps or swelling. Those observations provide valuable information that could help protect your long-term health. Sometimes, one of the most important benefits of self-pleasure is simply becoming more aware of your body before small issues become larger ones. As we come to the end of today's discussion, I want you to remember one simple message. Masturbation after 60 isn't something to fear or feel ashamed of. When approached with balance, awareness, and respect for your body, it can become one part of a healthy lifestyle that supports your physical and emotional well-being. I'm Dr. Leah, a urologist with over 15 years of experience, and I've seen countless men regain confidence simply by replacing myths with accurate information. Healthy self-pleasure isn't about chasing pleasure for its own sake. It's about supporting circulation, maintaining healthy prostate function, staying connected with your body, reducing unnecessary stress, and preserving the systems that contribute to quality of life as you age. At the same time, remember that masturbation is only one piece of the puzzle. Lasting vitality also depends on regular exercise, nutritious food, quality sleep, proper hydration, stress management, and routine medical checkups. When these habits work together, your body has the best opportunity to stay strong, active, and resilient for years to come. If this video helped you see your health from a different perspective, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with another man who could benefit from this information. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments. Which of today's lessons surprised you the most? Remember, getting older doesn't mean giving up on your health. With the right knowledge and consistent daily habits, you can continue protecting your confidence, your vitality, and your overall well-being well into your later years.